None of my main videos are made for kids, so now get out of here, you Karens.
The reason why it sucks? Because... Eh!
Hello everyone. Today is the last day of Twitter at the time of me filming this. And tomorrow, and by the time this video is out, it'll be rebranded to X. And what the hell, Elon? This dude's easily worse than Susan. And now, the real topic. Before anyone says, oh, this is just clickbait. Like, no, I'm here to talk about young Defiant. And not many people may know him, so let me refresh your memory. He's well known as the worst YouTuber rant guy on YouTube. Also, and mainly because that he likes to tackle on the many big stuff that everyone likes, like Chainsaw Man and all things Spider-Man, all that stuff, and he'll just say that they're all trash. But the main one that I want to talk about are his Demon Slayer rants, because Demon Slayer is my top 2 favorite anime series. So let's get on with that. And we're only gonna look at 2 of his videos on Demon Slayer, only on season 1 and season 2. And he also did a rant on season 3 and the video game. Surprising that he didn't make. I wonder why he didn't do one based ranting on the movie. And by the time he made the Demon Slayer season 3 rant, only episode 1 was out. So that's a red flag right there. So enough of my rants. Let's watch this video and I'll give you some education while we're reacting to him. And he's also so bad that only one video can't do it justice. I'm gonna split this video in parts. So anyways, let's go.
Demon Slayer is yet another garbage shonen anime that only casuals with bad taste will enjoy. This is easily
And why is that?
one of the worst anime I've ever watched, and the fact that it's received so much hype just proves once again how dead anime really is. It seems like it's just so easy for garbage to become popular now. Way easier than it was back in the day. There's just no standards anymore. These casuals have just completely ruined anime with their horrible taste. They simply just have no standards. These losers will hype up anything, doesn't matter how bad it is. All an anime needs in order to be good to these losers is pretty colors, waifus, and mindless action. That's it. That's literally.
Well, Demon Slayer is not all bright colors. It's some of the colors in the show are pretty dark and dull too. And there's no nonstop action in the show too. There's actually a story, a simple story in the show. And as for waifus, well, there's actually a balance between waifus and actual male.
Literally it. Oh, in the
And they're also not distracting for the entire show. Like, you can still enjoy the show without being distracted by waifus.
hint of edge, like blood and gore. That's it. It just needs to be edgy, have waifus.
Well, it doesn't need to be edgy in order to be good. Not everything has to be edgy and just to be enjoyed by everyone. Like the Mario movie, that's not edgy at all, and everyone still loves it, except for critics.
Pretty colors, and their soul. That's all they care about. It's pathetic. Anime fans of the past used to actually have standards and say, no, we're not going to allow this garbage to become popular. We're not going to hype this up. We're going to hype up stuff that deserve to be hyped up. But nowadays...
Like what and like who? Name one person who you're describing.
Again, these modern day fake anime fans, these modern day casuals, just refuse to have any sense of of quality. They just have no idea what quality is. They have no idea what having standards feels like.
Like you?
These new, these casual anime fans are just horrible.
Like you?
How can you consider yourself an anime fan if you like this series? I just don't get it. These people are not real anime fans. We need more real anime fans such as myself with great taste such as myself.
So he thinks he's speaking for all the good anime fans when in reality he's trash talking stuff like Sonic Frontiers, Spider-Man, like all the other good movies and games, all that stuff that everyone likes, and he thinks I'm speaking for the true people. I'm speaking for everybody. No, you're not. You're only speaking for yourself. And also, let's look at the like and dislike ratio, which I'm sure you already noticed at the beginning of the video. Look at that. 5.1k sub likes and 10k dislikes. Yeah, that's pathetic right there. I'm adding one more. And as for the comments, oh, look at that, he turned them off. Probably because that It's probably because that everyone's been has been disagreeing with him. Like, ooh, you're bad. You are like, you know, trying to speak the truth, and he's like, ooh, no, they're speaking the truth. I'm gonna turn off the comments. Bam, that's what he did. And also, he also privated his Twitter account because that's what. Because that's also pretty pathetic too. Like, if you can't handle the criticisms, that makes you a pathetic piece of pussy shit.
On a higher level.
Just look at me. I take some criticisms, and do I cry in the corner like a pussy? No, I stand up to them, and I was like, okay, well, if this part of my story has problems, I'll use the next chapter to fix it. You know?
Thing as such as myself to rise up and bring back anime from the depths of destruction, man. I'm
What is one person gonna do?
tired of seeing anime in ruins due to these casuals consuming nothing but trash. It's like they consume this trash and then the creators say, well, they like it, so we'll continue to make more. And it just keeps on going. Oh, man. So anyway, why do I hate Demon Slayer? It should be obvious, but I'll explain it. Let's start with the story. It's boring, generic, predictable shonen garbage. That's it. There's no depth to this story. There's nothing interesting about this story.
Well, it's just a simple story about a brother who went back home, finds his family dead, and then his sister gets turned into a demon. So the brother joins the Demon Slayer Corps in order to kill off the demon lord Muzan and find a cure to his sister's disease. No, her demon side, just to turn her back into a human. That's it. That's all you really need to know.
If you've watched any other shonen, then you've already seen this anime. That's pretty much it. It takes every shonen trope, throws it in here.
Like what?
Every idea from every other shonen and just throws it in here. This series doesn't have anything original going for it. It has not an inch of creativity. I swear, shonen just continues to get worse and worse. It's so bad. Anyone over the age of 12 that still likes shonen
Can you just get back to the story? Jesus.
is a complete loser. I seriously cannot believe we have
Like you're a loser because you can't handle criticism and you treat your fans like housewives. Like you probably beat them with a spoon if they don't give you any donations.
grown men and women still hyping up things made for kids.
And guess what? And also, that's another thing. Like, he made a whole rant video, where he literally said that he should be getting donations every day. And he got all mad because things are not going his way. What a pathetic piece of shit. And some of you might be thinking, well, maybe he's just a troll. No, because he had made a live stream where he copyright striked every video that's critical of him. So if this two-part video goes off of YouTube, oh well. I have Odyssey and currently uploading all my main videos to Rumble, so these two videos are gonna be on Rumble too, so I'm sure he wouldn't have the power to do that.
It's
There's nothing you can do about it. And you'll probably be able to watch this video on Patreon. You know, when if you have my Patreon, you can. I'm just plugging in my shit. I'm not gonna do that.
pathetic. Like, you can forgive a kid for liking a show like this, but what I'm seeing is, reaction channels. These idiots are in their 20s, some maybe in their 30s. They're of age to know that they shouldn't be watching this garbage, and they're still watching it and getting hyped. It's disgusting.
And you say this, and I heard you say that this is for kids, huh? Didn't you just say that there's blood, age, and waifus? And that's another thing about this guy. He contradicts himself. And it's super easy to expose him. Like, you don't even need to try. And I'm sure you're probably wondering, is this thumbnail gonna be the whole video? The answer is yes. You'll be seeing this thumbnail all the way through from beginning to end. Like this is not even considered a video. This is just a podcast. And the same goes for the rest of his videos. Like all of his videos, all of his podcasts are just the thumbnail. Like all you see is the thumbnail, and all you see is a screenshot, red text, and that's it. There's no editing whatsoever.
Disgusting. Grown men and women getting hyped for trash like this. Trash shonen made for kids. Unbelievable. But yeah, like I said, this series is literally just a ripoff of every other shonen. Ripoff of Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, just so many shonen series that this
So how exactly is it a ripoff of Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia? Oh wait, our main character gains friends along the way, and the same happens in My Hero Academia. That's how it's a My Hero Academia ripoff. It's literally in every single anime show and any other story ever. They gain friends along the way in every story. It's nothing new. And how's that exclusive to My Hero Academia? And Attack on Titan? Are you saying that it's a ripoff of Attack on Titan because they fight monsters? Like in Attack on Titan, they attack titans, and in Demon Slayer, they attack demons? That's just dumb.
anime has ripped off. The creator said, hey, how many series can I rip off and throw into this series while writing? Let's sprinkle a little bit of this on there, let's sprinkle a little bit of that on there, and we'll have an awesome series. Just take so many elements from so many different series. You don't create anything original. It's just, the story follows some generic shonen protagonist.
Well, newsflash, taking elements of stories is nothing new at all. And there's a thing called inspirations. They take inspirations of one thing, and then they just put it in this story to show off how much they love this or that or whatever in its own story. Well, except for Tesman Sister New Devil. That's just a complete ripoff of High School DxD, without a doubt. And I have a review on Tesma's Sister New Devil planned. Shit, now I'm plugging my stuff again.
You've seen in every other shonen. He's just some goody two-shoes that comes home to find his family has been brutally murdered by demons, and the only surviving person is his sister due to plot armor. He then tries to carry her to safety.
How is it plot armor? She still got attacked.
But his sister is attacked by a demon slayer, wanting to end her life, because that's what he does. He's a demon slayer. He slays demons until he cries, like a wimp, and then somehow persuades him to let let them live. Like let the sister live. He's like, no, I promise she won't hurt anybody. I'll try to get her a cure. And then this mysterious guy just, for whatever reason, it's not explained. He just says, you know what? Why not? Why not let you guys go? Yeah, you know what? I'll not only let you go, I'll send you to this guy so he can train you to become a demon slayer. Why not? Hey, I'm just handing out passes today. Anybody can live. Oh, you don't.
The only reason why Gyu let Nezuko live was because he saw Nezuko protecting Tanjiro. Like, he saw him protecting Tanjiro regardless if she's a demon. Did you miss that? I'm, I mean, did we even watch the same episode?
Want me to kill this demon? Okay, let me let you live too. It's what? It's just so unrealistic, so unbelievable. I was like, are you kidding me? This is all it takes? Like, it's that easy to just, this guy is trained to kill demons. But because you cry and whimper and you can persuade him that easily, he's like, well, these two seem different. These two don't seem like the typical. Maybe I should let them go and see what happens. Garbage. Garbage. Typical shonen garbage where just this unbelievable trash happens. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's just so frustrating watching garbage like this. How can people hype this up?
Because it has a good story and memorable characters and stuff. And what about the other episodes? Like, we're almost halfway, and talk about all the other episodes of season 1 while you can.
And that's his whole goal. His whole goal is nothing but just becoming a demon slayer so he can fight demons while trying to find out how to turn his sister back into normal, because she's like a demon, but she's not like your typical demon. She's different. It's stupid. It's just really stupid. It's unbelievable. There's nothing interesting about the story. You got your typical training arc where he's training, trying to go to this academy. Always got the academy, always got the school.
It's not even an academy. It's not even close to an academy. Like, this was before. I mean, Demon Slayer takes place in the Taisho era. So by then, I'm sure academies were not even invented yet.
Always got the tests, always got the trials. So he's training. He's trying to go to this school. He becomes a demon slayer, even though, and this is another, just unrealistic thing. This character sucks. There's no way you can look at this character and say, oh man, he's gonna become something interesting. Yeah, he just has.
Well, in fact, he did become something. Like in that one, whatever episode of season 1 it's called, where he, yeah, in that episode, he managed to use like sun breathing, and with that, and it shows off how much of a badass he's become within only a few episodes of season 1. So, yeah, and in episodes before that, he learned to grow some balls. And when the series goes on, he becomes even more stronger. So they're exposed again. I mean, you don't really have to try in order to expose this guy.
Has everything handed to him due to plot convenience. He has everything handed to him due to the typical shonen trash of I never give up and things go my way. It's just
Like how things never go your way.
he has all this stuff handed to him. He didn't work for anything. People.
Excuse me. Yeah, he did. He did work for. I don't. He did in that one episode of season 1. He did work for, like, during the training and final selection, where he fought tooth and nail just so he can become a demon slayer and earn his sword. Did we even watch the same show?
Will be, oh, but come on, young, come on, young. I mean, like, come on. He trained for a while. Yeah, his training was trash. He didn't really even do anything to train. He just sat there all the time crying.
Oh yeah, right. Like, again, he did not. I mean, did you forget that one episode where he went up a mountain just so he can go down again? And he did like multiple stuff just so he can cut a boulder. Did you forget that?
About his sister, this is all he does. You know, the other characters in the anime are horrible. You know, his sister, everybody's hyping her up like, oh man, she's waifu material. She's so cool. You know, she's everybody's favorite character. There's nothing to this character. She's so uninteresting. She acts
Like your videos?
just like she literally acts like she has like mental issues. Like the way she acts, and people be like, "Oh, but come on, she's dead, man," or she's a demon, so she's not gonna act the same. And it's like, no, there are way more interesting demons that have come across than her. She's boring. She's a boring character. She just
Like your content?
feels like she's there. She's pointless. She's useless.
Excuse me, she's one of the main characters, and did you forget that's his that Nezuko is Tanjiro's main like did you forget that Nezuko is the reason why Tanjiro's a demon slayer? If she didn't become a demon, there would be no story. Again, another contradiction.
And she's not there for any other reason but to drive the plot. That's it. That's the only reason she's there. There's nothing interesting about her. She's not going to come out and do anything interesting.
Well, what about that one episode where she unlocked exploding blood? You know, blood demon art, just to help Tanjiro. And season 2, where she transformed into the form that got Twitter upset. You know? Oh wait, this video came out before season 2 came out, so oh well, I'm just letting you know that. And no wait, the manga is probably finishing up during this when this video was released. Like I'm sure the manga was already starting to finish up when this video was released. So yeah, that's that's another one for you.
She's just there to drive the plot. She's useless. Another useless female character in the anime. Great. All the other characters we've seen so far are not interesting. They don't even feel like real characters. They just feel like cardboard cutouts of just tropes. That's it. There's not one interesting character so far. The fights are not good.
Well, how come they're well animated?
And that's what these losers go into shonen for. They go into shonen for the fights. This series doesn't even have good fights. The fights are terrible. There's no strategy involved.
Yeah, there is. Like in later episodes of season 1, like in like newer episodes of Demon Slayer, he looks at the demon's abilities and he learns from it so he can be victorious. There is strategy there. So yeah, you don't even need to try to expose this guy. It's really easy.
The main character has these broken abilities that he just spams over and over again, and he wins.
Excuse me? No, he doesn't.
Everybody
I mean, he doesn't always use the same abilities. He analyzes he analyzes the demon's abilities and he uses the appropriate ability just to take him out.
else is getting wrecked by these powerful demons. He just comes out of nowhere and just wrecks them. Like there's no sense of danger. There's no sense of suspense, because you know how it's gonna happen already. You know how it's gonna end. Terrible.
Like you?
The demons aren't even threatening. Like the demons that you see, they're not even threatening. That's the thing. It's like, and the demons make no sense because they're more like zombies, to where if you get bitten by a demon, you turn into a demon. Last time I checked, that's not how.
Well, only Muzan can turn a person into a demon because he's the original demon, so he can turn humans into demons. And not everything has to be accurate. Like some mythology is not going to be accurate in a story. Like in that one mythology thingy, Merlin is a guy, while in the Seven Deadly Sins, Merlin's been changed into a woman. See, not everything has to be accurate. Like mythologies are not are not going to be 100% accurate. And also, his statements are fair. I mean, his rants are unscripted. And yes, I am unscripted too, so none of my videos are scripted, except like none of my videos are scripted too. So yeah, who am I to complain? And I really need to work on my stutters.
How demons work. Demons possess people. So what is this? Like, nothing makes sense in this anime at all.
Like your statements?
Nothing makes sense. The animation is terrible. I know that's something people have been hyping up. Like, oh man, the animation is so good. No, no. You clearly need your eyes checked if you think the animation is good, because it's not.
I think you're just blind.
There's nothing good about this animation. It just looks terrible. That's one of the main reasons I couldn't wait to just turn this off, because the effects and everything were just so sloppy, just so poorly done.
Like that one episode of Naruto when the Ninetales was fighting Pain? Do you remember that?
It looked terrible. I've seen, way better anime from 30 years ago, that just look way better than this anime. But since it has pretty colors, they think that means that it has good animation. You see what I'm
Again, it doesn't always have pretty colors most of the time. The colors are washed out and dull and flat, and that's meant to fit the tone of the series.
saying? It's just no standards anymore. You know,
Like how you don't have any standards.
the music is not good. Same music is spanned throughout the whole series. This anime just has nothing going for it. It really doesn't. There's nothing interesting about this world. Again, it really just feels like you're watching every other shonen with this. I mean, at least.
Well, it takes place in the Taisho era. That's where it takes place during the Taisho era of Japan. Okay, so that's why the world's gonna be limited in Demon Slayer.
Some shonen, as trash as they are, can bring something kind of different, have their own style. This one does.
Yes, it does. Well, it does have its own style. The animation style. And after the movie, they use the same animation style as the movie in the newer seasons. Like you could watch the new seasons of Demon Slayer in a movie theater, which is why they release season 2 episode, like the last 2 episodes of season 2 and the premiere of season 3 in theaters as a marathon, like a marathon of 3 episodes in a movie theater. That's how good the animation is.
Does nothing different. It's even more generic than My Hero Academia, and I didn't even know that was possible, because My Hero Academia is complete garbage and the most cliche generic thing ever, but this one is.
Yeah, only the fan base, the My Hero Academia fan base, is terrible. That's the only terrible thing about My Hero Academia. It's the fandom. The fandom is trash.
Even more cliche. It's even more cliche than Black Clover. That's crazy. How is that possible? Again, bad story. No interesting mysteries in this story. The world building is terrible. The world is not interesting. There's nothing interesting going on in this story. Every character that has been introduced is not interesting. There are no good characters in this series at all. It's just more typical shonen.
And I wonder why he hasn't talked about 2 of the other main characters, like Zenitsu and Inosuke. I mean, a lot of fans are complaining about Zenitsu being the most annoying character in the entire show, which is understandable because, yeah, he is very annoying in season 1, but as the series goes on, he becomes less and less annoying.
Garbage. As I said, the animation is terrible. There's no creativity or originality in this series. This series has nothing going for it, man.
Like your channel?
And the amount of hype it's receiving is just more proof that people don't have standards anymore. People will hype up anything. You'd have to be a complete moron to actually think this series is good.
Like you.
There's nothing good about it. I'm not wasting my time with this garbage anymore. Dropped.
And that's another thing. Like, if you drop, like, I can't even believe this dude has ads. Like, that, and one thing. How can you form an opinion on a show if you drop it?
Demon
Like,
Slayer season 2 makes
hang on.
absolutely no sense to me. It makes me
Hang on.
scratch my head. Like, out of all
That,
the
come on. There we go. How can you form an opinion on the show if you haven't even watched it yet? Like, watched it fully yet? Like, I mean, how can you say you don't like something if you haven't watched it all the way through? Like, here's a simple idea. Just watch one season all the way through from season 1 to the finale, and then you form an opinion. I don't understand why some people just drop it when and they think, "Okay, I formed my opinion. This is trash, and I'm going to drop it because it's trash." No, you got to watch it all the way through so you can have an opinion. That's how opinions work.